Good morning, traders. Are you guys ready to get back after this market? Of course, the FOMC meeting shook things up yesterday. We got a slight downtick there overnight. Will tech get wrecked today? Find out right here on Live Trading.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. I mean, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, traders, let's get to the action. I'll bring on the boys in just a second. Like always, you guys out there, smash the like button if you guys are excited to see some live trading action. And of course, let me know your top stock on your watch list there in the chat. We'll make sure that we cover it before we get to it. Let's bring on the boys here. We got, of course, Ryan Faluna in the house, Zunaid in the house. Smash the like button. Who's ready to get after it into this market?
Let's get
I
it.
am.
You want to go first, Ryan?
Sure. I was just answering Mr.'s question, but yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, of course. We can get to Ryan right quick. I just want to quickly run through. I just want to let you guys know the swing trade on Tesla is going well right now. I'll see if I'm able to cover it here right out the gates. I do want to see if we can get a little downtick right to where we were, but we are getting a little bit of a spike up here in from 255.86. Yesterday, I was at 257. Was able to take some profits yesterday, and then I actually get back in it today. So we'll see what happens. Tesla coming down after hours. Good swing for me. Got to take some profit here out the gates, because if not, I can lose them all. And that's not what we do, baby. Intel still holding a little bit of a piece of this. It's got all the way up there in the pre-market to 36. If I can get to 40s or 37s, honestly, I'm going to take it all off and run away with Intel, because the truth is, this is a pretty good trade. If I can get 15%, not a bad move there in Intel. And then ExxonMobil still up about 2.9%, looking for this to get towards the 100. Oil could bounce back a little bit today. I'm not worried about that. I'm trying to grind this thing down towards that 100. We'll see what happens. Love will be one that I'll be thinking about taking profits, especially if it breaks at 32.67. Gotta look to see if we can get to 34s. If we can get to 34s, 35s, I'll definitely take it and run. That'd be a nice little quick 2 or 3 days. Nice 5%. We'll see what happens there. Of course, I'll have the Moomoo account ready and see if I could bounce back in the prop account. But let's go ahead. Let's bring this down. Let's go to Ryan's charts, and let's keep the stocks flowing here. You guys out there, smash the like button. Of course, get us started and throw up those tickers. I see some coming in, like Vincent bringing in AMD. That's what it's all about. We'll get to it in just a second. And first, outlook from Ryan. Let's get to it.
All right. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at here is going to be the SPY. Let me cue up the daily chart here, because that's what we always start with. Mitch, you did a good job in your open there. Will tech get wrecked? That's going to be one of the things that I'm going to watch today, obviously watching the cues. If we take a look at the SPY chart, you can see yesterday's candle. Pretty crazy. So I would agree with, who was that here? Vincent saying SPY went crazy yesterday. Indeed, Vincent, it did. That's what happens on those Fed meetings. So really the question for me today is, which direction is the market going to pick? Are we going to resume this uptrend? Are we going to pull back here? I don't necessarily know what the answer is, but I'm going to be watching the broader market today to figure that out. Taking a look at the VIX, we're at 1407 here. VIX low print, I believe, was 1350. 1350 is your low print, so we're only 57 cents away from the low print on the VIX as well. I see that let's take a look here. Like the Qs are bouncing here in the pre-market after their little dip. Let's see what happens at the open. That's going to be one of the things I'm looking into. Let's take a look at the movers list. But before we do that, I want to say something else that I'm watching for here today. Jay Rice in the chat beat me to it. I am waiting the Kava IPO. Priced at 22. Jay's absolutely right. We have not seen many IPOs. This one is definitely a hot one. I was watching watching CNBC this morning. This is really, really oversubscribed. They priced higher than the range. This looks like a popular one. It's being called the next Chipotle. I mean, you know, I don't know that this is going to go 18,000% or whatever Chipotle has, but this is going to be an interesting one, and this is likely going to be volatile today. Ticker is going to be CAVA. I don't know what time it opens yet, but I'm definitely going to be watching that. And I don't normally trade IPOs, but I might have to give this one a whirl here today. So I'd like to hear from you, Jay. How do you plan on trading this, if you do, in fact, plan on trading this today? And if anyone else has IPO tips that you wish to share with the group, trading IPO tips, please go ahead and do that. Lynn and Randy, good morning. One thing I will say is that I'm really happy about seeing Kava IPO today, because maybe that will be good for my Portillo's long-term hold. Remember, I've talked about this one a lot. We actually got an upgrade yesterday and a price target from Piper Sandler. So Portillo's had a good day yesterday. We'll see if that carries along with Kava today. I expect Kava to be popular. I expect it to be wild today. So we'll see if that ends up materializing. Now, as far as other stocks that might be in play today, first one here is going to be SOFO. This is Sonic Foundry. You can see we actually popped as high as 191 here earlier today. Let me see if I can make these numbers a little bit easier for you folks. Increase the scale there. All right, so we popped as high as, what was this, 191 here. We've come back a little bit. We actually came all the way back down to 129, bounced, took out the VWAP, and then bounced off the VWAP. So looks like this might have some strength into the open. Let's wait for that to set up here. We do have a catalyst. Sonic Foundry shares are trading higher after the company announced its VitaBlade business, which offers AI-powered analytics for video. Will team up with Video Solutions business to develop an offering focused on supporting the events market. So we're getting AI thrown into this PR. No surprise to see SOFO trading higher here. Let's see if we can actually end up getting a trade with that one. Next here is going to be Liju, and I'm pretty sure that we have at least talked about this one. I've seen this on the relative volume scanner. This getting a little action here. You can see what happens when the volume comes in here. The price likes to move pretty ferociously. We hit a high of 514. We're all the way back down at 371. I didn't see any news on this. So if anyone else hasn't, let me know. Maybe this is just a room trade or an alert trade or something like that. But Liju, definitely worth watching today. BNMV, that's Bravo Nickel Michael Victor. This is BitNile Metaverse. Sounds like a metaverse play, huh? We were up close to 213, pulled all the way back to 153. We're actually trading away from the VWAP to the downside, so really want this to find some type of support level. Again, I don't see news here, so be careful with this one. MVIS, you guys don't need an introduction to MVIS. We've traded this one quite a bit. We know exactly how this one could move. You'll notice that yesterday this traded pretty much up to the high from Tuesday, June 13th. Came back in. Let's see where this kind of settles. Being away from the VWAP, maybe we'll make a push towards that VWAP. MVIS likes to move quite a bit, so I wouldn't be shocked if this gives us trades here today. Next is going to be DFLI. This is Dragonfly Energy. They popped as high as 344 here in the pre-market. Dragonfly Energy shares are trading higher on a new U.S. patent covering continued momentum towards domestic non-flammable lithium battery production. So it looks like you're getting some EV news in with this PR here. That's driving DFLI. Next here is going to be ESPR. This is Esperion Therapeutics. This also popped as high as 159, come back in. We're below the VWAP, but it looks like it's at least kind of trading off of this support level. Esperion Therapeutics shares are trading higher after Bank of America, securities upgraded the stock to buy from underperform and raised the price target from 125 to 4. Remember those price targets, 12 to 18 month predictions, but clearly it's causing ESPR here to pop today. Two more that's worth mentioning here. Nikola, I don't trade this this stock. It's popping here. We'll see.
Nice
Someone joked
self-control.
yesterday about this maybe being the top if garbage like nickel is popping. I'll let you be the judge of that. It is up here, but I'm not going to trade that. And then AUVI, we've actually traded this one a number of times. We did pop again here to 265, totally regressed the move. If you look at the last time that this happened, we actually did get some pops during the day, but we didn't get them early. So don't rush in here to AUVI. Of course, we're going to be watching some of the ETFs like SOXS, SQQQ, TQQQ, and the like. So that's what I got on the list here for today. Zunaid, you ready to roll, my friend?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
All right. number one ticker that I have an eye on is going to be Nvidia. Let's go ahead and check out Nvidia. Had a couple of dip buys. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the options callouts that we had on Nvidia this whole week, honestly, including yesterday. They were buying into the $500 calls expiring next week and $450 calls expiring this week. I have them. Matter of fact, I've got equity here as well, which has me a little upset. In a minute, if I can find it. There it is. My average price on these is 425.73 is my average price. Yesterday I could have closed it at 430s, but I was like, nah, we'll wait for a nice little gap up. I got very excited in the after hours, and then this morning I woke up a little sad. So we'll see how my day ends on Nvidia. I also do have, like I mentioned, the 450 calls that expired this week. And also the $500 calls that expire next week, up about $331 on those. Again, did not close it. Those are going to come down in value, and hopefully we can have Nvidia pop or continue its grind higher and higher. My stop loss on them, to be honest, the options are kind of lotto, so they're whatever. But on the equity side, I am going to risk a pretty penny. I am going to keep it until it breaks to 420. I know, but this is kind of like a big swing for me. If it works out, great, especially because on Nvidia we've made a lot of money on it this week. So kind of playing with the profits. I want to say house money because at the end of the day, it's still my bank account. But anyway, on Nvidia, you can see yesterday you had a resistance here. You had it resistance here, popped up, came back, held this area as support on the supply side, and headed to the upside. So what are we going to kind of keep an eye on now? Pre-market lows for sure. So this 420 area, I would like for it to hold as support. You're going to have the previous close be right here. So this 430 area. So that should be the next resistance point. So I'm hoping that if we can come up to here, this 430 mark, I will go ahead and trim some, and then we can hopefully pop above and continue our way higher. But that's the range that I have on Nvidia. Let's go ahead and check out the SPY. Get rid of that. On the SPY, you've got support. You can see here at this 434 area. I believe we talked about it yesterday. We're going to go ahead and mark it again right around there. Had support a few times, moved to the upside. And if you look left, you kind of see that there as well. Tesla, man, this would have been a beautiful trade for me if I had gotten filled on my 250 equities. But unfortunately, I missed it by 49 cents because I had buy orders at that 250. It just never came. But it is here today. Am I going to grab it? No. But if you're looking to go short Tesla, you can get a real nice chance if it goes ahead and breaks the 247.57 area. And this is what Tesla's chart's been like. So this is the daily that you're looking at. I mean, just a great upwards movement. I think it's had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 red days out of like maybe 20, if I'm counting that correctly. I'm probably not. That was a quick guess. But just something to keep in mind if you're trying to short Tesla. It's had great momentum to the upside. I know Mitch talked about him being short. I believe he's looking to cover at the open. So we'll see how that fill works out for him. Let's go ahead and check out a little bit of Amazon. Actually, no, let's go ahead and check out Google. This is what I was checking out last night. On here, let me go ahead and make it a little bit more clear. Remove the drawings. So this has kind of been the range on Google, right? We've loved this 122 area. We've played it here in the past. Nice little uptrend broke. And now we're kind of stuck within this $2-3 range on this side of things. If it goes ahead and holds on to the 122s, I think we can go ahead and see a nice little rise. But if it cracks 122, and then on that retest is where I would want to be short on Google. So something to keep in mind there. And then, of course, on the upside, you've got the 124 level to go ahead and have as resistance as well. So that's what you're hoping goes ahead and cracks. You had a little bit of play upstairs on that, but came right back down and not much there. Baba, China's kind of been the focus of things. On the other side, I think we had FinTwit investors or traders talking about it as well. But more important than that, we also had options that had come in. We talked about that. I believe they were the 110 calls. I cannot remember when they expire, but you've got nice movement here on Alibaba. You've got support at $90. Well, you've had resistance at 90. You go ahead and pop above on this gap up. So if it comes back to test $90, could be an area for you to get interested in. I am not going to go ahead and trade this because I already have quite a bit of capital attached to Nvidia. So I don't want to, spread myself too thin. But if I can get out of Nvidia with profit, and if this sets up, yeah, this could be a nice little play for me. Fetch broke 6, gave us the targets that we wanted. The first one, not the second one. And then it came right back down. I'm not in this swing trade, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of that one there. Let's go ahead and check out a couple of wet G. I mean, there's not much here for me personally. All I can tell you is if you look left, you can see where you had support was right here at 16. And where'd you have resistance? Right there at 16. So always look left. As you can see, this support area cracked and it became resistance, and you got yourself about a $2 move there. Coinbase never really gave you a chance to buy it at 50. My my alert is still there at $50, but nothing there at the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at Path.
Path had call sweeps yesterday. Big call sweeps. Actually gave a trade. I didn't take it, but it gave a trade. So Path's kind of interesting here today.
Do you happen to remember what they were?
No, not offhand. I just remember the sweeps coming in, and generally speaking, when I see sweeps like that, that's normally good for a little bit of a scalp, but I was too slow to hit it.
Let's see what
it happened right around that 10:30. You can see it on the chart when you bring up the 1 or the 5 minute.
So right around here.
Yep. See that volume spike and that trade up there? That was your trade.
What was it trading at? It was around $18. Let me see if I can find it.
I'll see if I can find them too.
I've got the info that I have here is the $18 call is expiring this week, and the $18.50 call is expiring next week. So, and then later on in the day, they came in with $20 calls expiring at the end of the month. But nonetheless, Path, let's go ahead and see how we can trade this one. Again, not a ticker I trade, not a ticker I am going to trade. But since there was a request for it in the chat, we can go ahead and take a look. 1750s holding on as pre-market support. 1850s is what I'd wait for. So if we can go ahead and crack 1850s to the upside, then I would go ahead and play it. Come on. Let's go. What was I about to look at? There was some ticker someone mentioned. NEO, thank you. NEO, I would like to see this one go ahead and break the 920s. If we can go ahead and break the 920s, you can possibly go ahead and get in this one. First target for me would be 950s. Second target would be $10 on NEO. It's had a nice little move up for the past few days. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily to see what's what. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these drawings. Let's go ahead and get rid of the gaps in the world. Yeah, obviously a nice little downtrend. Looking to possibly break it to the upside here. Nah, it's not the prettiest drawing. But yeah, me personally, I would wait for a 920 break, and then I'd go ahead and get into this one. And then again, first target 950, second target would be $10. And then you can, if you have enough shares or equity or options or whatever, you could maybe hold on to a third and just leave it trailing if it does want to go ahead and blow past $10. What do I have on Amazon? Just a break of 127.61. Same thing for me. Nothing really else that I'd care to trade. Don't really have any other levels for me personally, so I'm going to stay away from Amazon just because I don't have levels that I like. If you tried to force me, I'd say maybe 124 because you had support there yesterday, but again, nothing too crisp that I would have liked. You had Microsoft that made a really nice run. You had options come in on Microsoft, but I believe there were the 338s. So I don't know if they already flipped out of them or not. But you had a nice little move there, like quite a few stocks. And actually, let's go back to Apple here for a sec. So here's Apple, and then I'll turn it over to anybody else if they have more. If not, I can keep going with the chat. But here's something to kind of talk about on Apple. You had resistance here, which came down, held as support. Then that same 182 area you had as resistance, popped up, came back, tested, held as support, popped up. Then you had, pre-market action, nothing too crazy there because the volume wasn't what I would like. Didn't even test the 182 here. And then when the minutes came out at 2 o'clock, you had a drop, right? The market kind of fell sharply and it bounced right at that 182 area. So similar to this one, I was able to capture. On Tesla, I was not able to get to 250. I missed the entry by 49 cents, but I was able to capture this move of 182. And these are the kind of things I look for. Now, I didn't go in with like 200 shares, 300 shares. I went in with like 50 shares because I don't know if this is going to crack all the way to 180s, right? Because if so, then I'm already just losing $600 in a matter of seconds. But, remember yesterday, we also talked about, hey, my game plan is going to be to buy options at a discount, right? So if I'm looking to buy calls that are at $1, I'm looking to get them at 25 cents. I'm looking to get them at, 50 cents, whatever the case may be. And that's what I did. There were calls that were going yesterday at about $1.73. I got those at $1. I sold it at like $1.25. Then I got back in at 50 cents, sold them at like 75 cents. But I did have runners remaining that did go ahead and expire worthless. So it's not like they were all heroes. But at the end of the day, that's how I like to trade the FOMC. We'll see if we get a crack on Apple, though, above this 184.35 level. You can see resistance here in after hours. You can see resistance here 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Matter of fact, we shorted this one here yesterday live with y'all to go ahead and get us about maybe 30, 40 cents. And obviously eventually went ahead and dropped, but just something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and set an alert right there at 184s on that side of things. Let's see what's going on with NVIDIA so I know if I'm going to be feeling good or not. Feeling average. I'm down about 50 cents, I think, on these. But Mitch, did you have more stocks you wanted to go with, or Ryan, or I can go with the chat?
Yeah,
I just wanted to say NVIDIA will not go down. SOXS is going to be a great trade when that stock starts going down. But until then,
well, I'd like for it to wait till at least Monday before it starts going down, you know? At least Monday. That'd be great.
Monday, the market is closed. So good luck with that.
So it won't happen, you're saying?
Well, it's not going to move Monday.
So
My biggest thing is that when it does happen, you're not going to get a chance at it. It's going to give you that whoosh.
Yeah, I would trade SOXS on that. This stock is holding up the chips.
Yep. And what I would do is also just keep looking at the daily candles for like blow off tops, right? And really what I'm going to be doing more of is if I do take trades on NVIDIA, you got to go after it slow. And honestly, there's no reason for me to go after it until it starts breaking EMAs. The 9 EMAs almost to 400. We're at 425, man. This is something else. All right, so Tesla, what I did is I drew lines to respect myself here. So anything above 250 80s, I'll stop out 70% of the position. Anything above 252, I'll stop out the rest of the 30%. So have these stops already set here in my brokerage. Now at this point, now what I can do is hands off at the open. If I just get a big whoosh down on Tesla, I can take some profits if I want. Just cancel that stop order above 250 80s and take the money. We're looking really good. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of my swing trades, there's not many times I get in the triple digits. This one's going really quickly into that.
Money.
You mean like gain? Like
yeah. I don't go after that big of gains and risk on swings. I try to keep things a lot smaller than probably most traders trade. And the big thing for that is that it keeps the stress very low and I can focus on my skill level, right? I don't do swing trading to make myself, all my gains. Of course, I work for Benzinga. It's not like this is my only income. I usually try to get a little bit of extra. That's the way I consider my trading money. A little bit of some fun time, maybe a vacation or two. Okay. We all looking for some fun money, right? All right, so today, another thing that I'm looking at is to simply do this, guys. So what I did was I went to the Qs or whatever. You can do the Qs or the SPY. You look at daily stocks that have huge upside RSI if you're looking for me to go short on some of these names. I got to definitely look at what the names are. But like you see Adobe already taking a hit here right before the open. NVIDIA is another one that I think could take a hit, but Netflix is definitely overextended to the upside. I put an alert for 440s. I don't want to be too early to the move, but I definitely think Netflix is just way too far extended to the upside.
I see a couple of people talking about EDTX. Whisk, good morning. How you doing? How high is EDTX going to go today? I don't know. 75K float on EDTX, by the way, so just be careful. All right, we're open. Let's go.
All right, guys, going to go ahead and take that 70% gainer here, or 70% of the position here. Nice little drop. Boom. Let's go. Nice little gain there on Tesla on that first little drop. Got out there at 247.35. Let's go.
All right. NVIDIA moved to the upside. We're up about $1 on those again. This is a hero, zero or hero play for me. So if it cracks 420, cool, I'm out. If it goes ahead and reaches 430s, let's go.
All right, going to set 252 for the remainder balance of this Tesla trade. Not going to give it my gains today, but going to give it a little bit of a move back to the upside, and then I'll look to see if it cracks right back to the downside.
EDTX halted to the downside, halted at $27. EDTX.
Ooh.
AUVI. Looks like this is moving here.
Man, what a nice one. All right, love is the one that I'm a little concerned about. I'm sending you an alert to let me know if it starts to turn around. I'll keep an eye on it. Ding, 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 ding. Nothing like a swing trade, man, to get you started.
And just like that, NVIDIA to the downside.
All right, we starting to see that leak.
AUVI moving here, going up towards the VWAP at 231. Currently at 224. I'm not in it. I'm gonna wait this a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit. SOFO, although that's looking good too.
AI made a big spike and then right back to the downside. That's one that I'm also looking at, short possibility. Nice rejection of 42 there. Shows me that this is getting weaker here. I'll keep an eye on it. Look for a VWAP rejection, move back to 42, and that's where I could get short.
SOFO going, broke out of that 177 spot and is going higher here. I'm not in it. SOFO.
All right, let's see if I can get this today. Trying to get some AI on the short side for the prop account, but needed to come back here closer towards 42.
Apple now popping to the upside.
Q's coming down here. We'll see if they do a 945 reversal. They're on the red side from the open. SPY also on the lower side. Let's see if they break to the upside, right? What's the up move? I see 436.75. Netflix already cutting down through that? No way. Oh, come on, Netflix. Come on, guys. Look at that. Already a 4-point drop there. I'm going to look to see if I can get a VWAP fade on this. This is a push back towards the VWAP. VWAP around 442.66. Man, that was a plunger move there on Netflix. Nice little 4-point drop there right out the gates. I'll keep an eye on it. Looking for a move back there towards around 442.60s. I think I just got a little bit of AI there. Yeah, I just got a little bit there at 42s. Keep an eye on this. It's already getting a little bit of a spike. Definitely not going to let it get back here towards the high there, but letting it get above 42 for a second, then going to try to add to the short.
NVIDIA made a quick low a day while the market's kind of... So you've got NVIDIA here, and then you've also got... Where's Apple? So Apple made a nice little up move. NVIDIA, unfortunately, lagging compared to that. As you can see, the SPY trying to figure things out as well. Where's NVIDIA? There it is. Come on. Come on,
Lead you
NVIDIA.
up to its VWAP here.
Just added there on AI to the short side. Now we're back towards VWAP. Let's see if this gets back towards 42.
SOFO might be going for that 190 high again here.
All right, 4180 starting to show up here. So anything
Big
back
pullback.
towards the 90s, I'll try to add one more and look for this to kind of come right back down. AI. There you go. 4152s. Nice little push there.
SOFO can't tell if it's coming back to the VWAP or if it's going to stop just shy of it.
Have you guys bought or sold on the OTC market? A few stocks. It's not something.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll like.
I
maybe
don't mess with that.
Yeah, maybe like twice a month if I'm bored. But no, I don't really mess with it.
Trying some SOFO here. Really, really tight stop.
AI is spiking on me a little bit here, guys. We'll see if that gets it through the 4250s. Definitely don't want to see it get through that level.
My God.
Big little spike there in AI.
SOFO down to that VWAP right away. See if it bounces here.
Let's see what's happening here. Baba, let's go ahead and check out Baba. Come on, NVIDIA, just stop messing around and just go to the upside, please. Come on, that's Baba. That's not Baba.
We're all
Baba
quiet here. We could tell we're looking at this market, baby.
Yep.
Baba with a nice move. Look at that. What a pop. So let's talk about this real quick. We drew out the level of that 91.30. As soon as the market opens, we get a nice pop, we get a nice drop, and that 91.30 level holds. So again, that was a pre-market high that went ahead and held as support. So levels that we drew out, it worked out. But like I told you, I'm not paying attention to this because a lot of my money is on NVIDIA, and that's where I kind of want my anxiety to go ahead and go. So that's what we're hanging out with at the moment.
All right, thinking about trying to get some SQQQs if they can come back down here towards like 95, 96. So that's going to be for the Moo account, trying to get a little bit of some SQQQs here. We'll see what happens today. Let's see if the Qs crack 364 here. NVIDIA go through 424. It's a nice rejection up there to the 427 earlier. If you see on the 15-minute, I see resistance up there by 226.56. Looks like you put a wick through there. Came right back down. Looking at the SQQQs, holding VWAP here, trying to take the next level. So I might just get a starter here in the SQQQ. Come at it smaller, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get my first Moo trade entry here. Come on, pull back a little bit here. Doesn't want to pull back. Might crack.
SOFO through 180 here, going for that 190 high, maybe. Up, they yanked it again. Thing's kind of all over the place. Back down to its VWAP.
I'm going to look for that 945 attempt to up to then get shorts a little bit more, but it's just hard because the Qs could crack here.
Don't crack. And my mouse went away. There we go.
Out of AI, took a hit there on the prop account. AI is squeezing up there to 42.87s. So it looks like we might get at least that attempt to the upside there at the 945s. At least I feel like it. So we'll see if we get that little move up there, and then I'll look for the smackdown.
I don't know. You might just have it continue going up. We shall see.
See. I just feel like the market really got woken up yesterday. So you find out, right? Still early. Tesla, taking the gains in Tesla through 252 there, guys. So I took the gains in Tesla. Not a bad little 3-digit gain. I'll take it.
We've talked about the pre-market levels before, and look at that. So you've got Tesla. Drew out the levels for y'all at 247.57. It went ahead and had a drawdown of approximately 27 cents and a beautiful move to the upside. So pretty much everything except NVIDIA is moving the way I'd like. And matter of fact, speaking of which, you've now got the 430 calls coming in on NVIDIA here as well. So that's going to help it move to the upside. But I want great momentum to carry this. I 100% am locking in majority of my shares, options, grandmas, everything here at this 430 level. Because I want to go ahead and lock this in because you've got the previous close and you've got where you had support in the after hours. We'll see how it behaves if it even gets up there for now.
Not to put you on the spot here, Zunaid, but do you want to talk about your friend's short, NVIDIA short?
Dude, okay, you know what?
I mean, that's up to you. Like, I'm not.
I don't care. Yeah,
that's up to you. You shared it publicly, so I figured I could mention it.
Oh, for sure. So this is it. So yesterday when I was trading, right? You know, I'll go ahead and hit up the boys. Let me go ahead and close this. I'd hit up the boys and say, hey, here's a stock that I'm in, right? Whatever. So I went ahead and sent him this text. I said, risky, right? But here are the plays that I'm in. I'm in this one and I'm in this one. He said, damn. I got a lot of puts, and I'm like, oh, like that sucks, man. He's like, yeah, I'm shorting the stock. I was like, where's your stop loss? He doesn't tell me a stop loss. He tells me his average cost is almost $100 lower. So Godspeed to him.
Shorting is a dangerous game. Why?
I mean, all trading is a dangerous game. No, you're out.
EDTX is open. EDTX open.
Let's go ahead and check that out.
I mean, it's the same thing like longing and
Out
seeing the
Soho?
stock just keep breaking through lows, right? I
Took a
mean,
look on, or took a lump on Soho there in the main account.
the key is always know you're out, guys. Whether it's an investment, whether it's a trade, we can't play Kathy Wood. We don't have Kathy Wood type of money. That's the truth. If I had Kathy Woods type of money, then yeah, I could just buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. The truth is I don't.
Uh,
I mean, look at Kathy, right? She makes money. That's how she does it. Because she has enough money that she could just keep buying the dip. But the truth is we can't say solvent enough.
Ooh, GT. What in the world is GT?
Yeah, that does sound like a song, Mystery Man. I know.
You might get a nice little pop here on GT, and there's that nice little pop on GT because you've got the $14 calls coming in on the ask expiring this week. GT stands for Goodyear, not stands for, but that's the ticker. That's the company. Not a lot of money, maybe about $50,000 worth. I've just never seen it. So if you want to get in this one, maybe have your stop loss, I guess, at the crack of 1325s or so. Not really exactly sure I'd go ahead and play that one, but NVIDIA now to the upside. Let's go. Higher day.
Boom, boom.
I will say
Getting
this.
that pullback for the SQQQ is going to start getting that in the Mumu.
In regards to my buddy who's short NVIDIA, if NVIDIA gets to 430, I might text him and be like, hey, man, you doing okay? But if it gets to 450, I'm going to send him a text and be like, hey, man, if you need some money for food or anything, let me know. And I'll keep you all posted how he responds to that. He's like 20 times richer than I am, but still, it'll be fun to text him that. Come on, NVIDIA.
Oh, come on, SQQQ. You can't do that to me. I was trying to get some Mumu there. I put in the order and everything, guys. I'll show you guys that right now. But then, of course, what does it do to me? It freaking jumps right when I put in the order. So let's see if I get a little bit of pullback fill here for the SQQQs, looking to try to get this starter on. You guys see it here. It's pending there at 92s. I put it in right when it was at 92s. We'll see if I can be able to get it here. I'm going to start building a position in the SQQQs for the Mumu, kind of like in a swing trade mentality. All right, kicking it to you guys. What are you seeing, Ryan?
Just looking around here right now. DFLI kind of back to the VWAP here. 297 might be a spot there. That GT looks like those were options sweeps. Zunaid, maybe you said that and I just wasn't paying attention. That's possible.
There you go. Got that fill.
What ticker were you talking about?
GT.
Yes,
Goodyear?
that is what I was talking about. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. And there's NVIDIA. Let's go.
DFLI just took the VWAP and popped 4 cents, took 299 and moved. Moving higher here. I was not able to get it. Too bad I was looking at Soho early on.
All right, team. So
Uh-oh.
you know what that means, guys. I'm in there, guys. Got the starter there in the SQQQs. Got the 92. Yeah, 92 there. I will add to this SQQQ, but just want to do it slowly. Can still add some more on this. So I think I could get up to about 27 shares. So I'm going to slowly add to this. There's the Qs pop in there. The big thing for me is like 9:45, 10 a.m. Do we start seeing a reversal? That's what I'll be looking for. And of course, you guys can always check out, check out Mumu, right? I'll go ahead and I'll throw up the link there for you guys to go ahead and check it out. Who's getting those free shares? I want to see someone get those free shares. That free Tesla share. Who wants it?
No, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Are you watching GT as well?
Nah, man, I'm watching NVIDIA be at $1 away. But yeah, GT, though, that VWAP bounce, baby. Come on now. Ooh, look at that VWAP bounce.
This might have legs if this keeps trading back up, too.
Man, I think you've got a stop loss here at this 430 area or so. If you want to hold it real tight, maybe if you crack as soon as you crack, like, say, 1344. But yeah, I believe this reaches 14. The question is, where does it tag down first, if at all? Should I start the stream from the beginning? What's up, Raz? Good morning. I was actually thinking about you. because I did go ahead and complete my day green thanks to NVIDIA. So we are on a hot streak. First time this year, 3 days in a row, we're green. We're hoping to keep it a fourth if NVIDIA can keep on rolling. There's no way I missed my target by $1. Don't do that. Don't be a jerk. Wet G is getting wet.
Good Lord, no.
Let's see.
Guys,
Let's see.
You don't have to chase
16.
everything in the well.
16 bucks is where I'd want to see it pop, base, and move on higher. Matter of fact. Oof, y'all might tempt me here.
That wet.
Y'all might tempt me here. Y'all might tempt me here.
That wet G.
Y'all might tempt me here. Hey, what the? Wet G. There's the ticker. Don't want to take a snag at it. Don't want to take a snag at it. Don't want to take a snag at it.
I can't do that.
All right, we are going to take, again, this is like the smallest size I'll ever have in my life on this one. We are long at 14.25 with a stop loss of low a day, which is going to get hit in like 2 minutes. Knowing my luck, but I'm in.
4 tops there is on the 1 minute there for the Qs at the 9:45. So that seems like a little bit of a high to watch right now. That's the 365.92 level. So I'll look to see if a 5-minute candle can close above 366 for continuation to the upside. But right now it's starting to pull back. We'll see what happens there. If I start to see that flip at 9:45, right back down.
Test tuna, but nope. What? Stay away from that one. Oh, come on, Tesla. All right, now it's test and VWAP, which, come on, buy or step in, and let's
Tesla
go.
or
Right
NVIDIA?
excuse me, NVIDIA. Thank you.
I got
Tesla's
you, dude.
already moving to the upside.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
dude.
a nice one. Which also did bounce from
Yeah.
VWAP, but no, I was talking about NVIDIA. Thank you for that.
No, I got you, dude.
Come on.
I was looking at the stock and I was like, hold on, which one is he talking about?
And there is higher day on SPY. What's the Q doing? The higher day on Q. What's NVIDIA doing? Not higher day.
Not high.
Not higher day. Not higher day. Not higher day.
Almost there though.
DFLI still going. Oh, you guys didn't even change the screen. I'm sorry. I would have done it for you, but I was not paying attention. Here's Janae, do you need to go over something?
Well, which is funny because I went to your stock DFLI now.
Oh, LOL.
LOL. Anyway, here's Tesla. Nice little move. Higher day. SPY. Higher day. Qs. Higher day. NVIDIA. Nope. SPY could drop up to 12 p.m. I just need NVIDIA. Don't do that. Don't. I will. I'm so upset. Come on.
I can't even watch this today, man. This is a hard day to determine if we're turning around or not.
We had our profit targets locked in and we missed it by $1. Is that really what you're going to tell me, NVIDIA? Is that really what's happening here today? Quite
Thinking
possible.
about adding already on the SQQQs, but I'm trying to be patient to this turnaround. Really show the Qs get weak. Get that through the VWAP first. Don't try to jump too much into the trade early. That's what I'm trying to do today. I think NVIDIA might lead. I'm watching NVIDIA like a leading indicator today versus a lagging one. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's definitely got relative weakness. No question about that. Along with Tesla. But Tesla's had a better move intraday than NVIDIA has had.
Some resistance here that was support from yesterday. You can see it yesterday around the 254s, 254.32 area, somewhere in that area. Looking to see if we reject. It goes right to 31 there. I said 254.33. Let's see if it gets through that. It's an important level to kind of look for. This is why I'm trying to be slower to the Qs because they pulled back there. They made 3 attempts to break down. The wicks caught every time. Last wick caught near that 36.550 area. You can see how there you get caught if you're trying to go too short too quickly. Take things easy today.
GT went back to highs there, so those call sweeps might have some legs. Not in it.
GT. Let's see what's up. Oh boy. We are exhausted today. Let's see.
All right, what's going on out there, team?
Mother-
How's the oil treating me? Let's take a look there. I haven't really been watching it. I know XOM bouncing a little bit. Yeah, it's bouncing a little bit. I know there was some oil news out there, but I still expect oil to keep coming down here. It's okay to get a little bit of a bounce. The key is that 108 there for XOM for me. As long as it doesn't get back above 108, I'm still looking really good here in ExxonMobil. Kind of expected a bounce today and a rejection. Could reject it, I think, around 107.50s or 107. Of course, these are just my levels.
I will be right back.
All right, we'll see if the Qs keep ramping to the upside here. And definitely getting a little bit of a lift. And I'm just trying to stay patient here and continue watching what's moving, what's not. All right, so energy up leading the sectors right now. Consumer cyclical leading industrials behind that. That's where I really like things in industrials. I know I got out of Honeywell at 200, but it's still looking like it wants to hold that 200, looking like it wants to make an up move. This is one that I don't want to miss. So I took like a very, very tiny stop loss last time. Now they're starting to come back up. The only thing is if the market comes down, I'm wondering if the industrials just get dragged down too. That's the hard part here.
The problem is that the market going higher, the market being strong today, which it is, doesn't really make a lot of sense. And so for me, it's like I want to trade the other side, but it's difficult.
Well, my thing with sense is always is that remember that it can go out of sense and then come back into sense. So we got to keep in mind what the action that we're seeing right now at this moment. That's why I'm not trying to get too short right now, right? I did get a little started there for the SQQQs, but the Qs are pushing right now. Just keep watching the price action. We need price action like we saw yesterday where we got big crackdown. We have not seen that happen here. If anything, we're seeing what? Tech recovery. Well, I'm happy I took the gains in Tesla, because if I didn't take the gains in Tesla, what would I be doing right now?
Yeah, I want to see kind of something funny but scary at the same time. Someone texted me and they said, "Hey man, did you get fired?" And I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, your email bounced." And then I try to log into my email and I get this message. So I hit up AT and I'm like, "Hey buddy, did you only fire me on Gmail and not anywhere else?" I was like, "Damn, bro! Imagine if a text from someone else is how I find out that I got fired."
Pinky on up, Zunaid. Pinky on up, man.
I mean, look, life goes on, but you know, it would suck because I'm doing all access in an hour. So it's like, y'all really tried to use me. Damn.
Might want to remove him off stream first.
Right? Yeah. I'm about to go crazy. I'm
about to go crazy up on this.
I'm about to go viral.
About to be a party here, baby.
Oh, for sure.
Zunaid popping bottles here a little bit.
I'd be like, let me tell you.
Where's the crow, man?
All right,
I don't hear the crow out there, dude.
Got going on.
The crow out there today?
Any other tickers.
He's taking
out there.
A little break.
Crow is out
He's in
there.
the chat.
He's literally typing in the chat right now.
I'm asleep, Crow. Wake me up.
Shoplifting confessions from yesterday.
Now I hate to even joke about this, but that would be hilarious. By the way, it looks like Kava pricing bid 29, ask 31 on Kava. Not open yet.
Oh, you guys are brave souls. Brave souls
I'm gonna
for
go
that.
ahead and get out of this one. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of that.
There's a little top. Are we gonna get it at 10 a.m.? Trying to be slow here, guys. I'm gonna probably look to add here on the SQQQs just a little bit. Just keep trying to add in here.
Oh, disgusting. All right, we're testing the lows on Nvidia. Come on, let me put some defense here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and put up another defensive line. All right, I feel like one more should do the trick. All right, we've got 3 lines to hold a low a day. Let's see if it scares NVIDIA away from going lower.
All right, guys. That's another what I would call a. I'm going after it. There's my second buy. You guys see it right there. Just got a little bit of a pullback buy there in the SQQQs. Slowly trying to get in here and keep adding. Now my average is 86. I'm going to keep working it. I can get another kind of 15 shares here. So we'll see what happens.
Sofo might be bouncing here.
Sofo?
Yep, this is. I took a loss on this.
I like the name.
but be careful. Yeah.
Sofo, and we've been talking about SoFi, so I thought it was just pretty interesting.
The line of defenses have not worked on NVIDIA as we have made a new low. I cannot believe I missed my target by $1. Quite annoying.
Smoke Tuna is saying, Ryan, if a fish, tuna, and a bird crow fell in love, where do they live? I don't know what the answer is to that. I don't know if there's an actual joke here or if you're hitting on the crow. So I guess just let us know.
Where I said at Ryan's, I guess. That's funny.
All right, watching this Tesla, trying to figure out where the hourly resistance can and support. Got to be patient to Tesla today if I want to get back in short. Q's topping a little bit here at 366.50s. Starting to slow down a little bit here. Let's see if we start to crack here. Can put my other screen up, but no worries. I'm just looking at so many things, guys. Mainly the SQQQs here starting to go up. That looks good there. Just want to see if the Qs could crack to the VWAP. A hard candle to the VWAP is what I'm looking for. 365 fast on the downside.
I asked ChatGPT if a fish and a bird fell in love, where would they live? And the response is, in a tweet, cozy home by the sea.
There you go. Nemo style.
That is the most AI answer I've ever heard.
Yep.
Q's coming down a little bit here.
I'd rather they not. Don't crack. Don't crack. Don't crack. Don't crack. Don't crack. Don't crack. All right. Obviously, this isn't looking pretty. Bum 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 bum.
All right, taking a riskier trade here in the prop, starting to short some Tesla at 254.11s.
So frustrating.
It happens, man.
I cannot be mad at anyone but myself because we did have such. We were up like 1,000. I lied. We were about 800. But and the dollar away would have made it 1,000 is what it was. Oh.
Trying to be patient here. Q's still holding up here, so not trying to add just yet there to Tesla.
Like, come on, Brody.
And Q's hanging in there for you at least, Z. Let's see. There's a little spike in Tesla. Glad I didn't add to it. Instead of having to cover here, I can just be kind of relaxed. Look for the rejection off 255. Like this bottoming in the SQQQs. I'm thinking about adding another little 5 shares here, but for the Moo account at least.
Come on.
Be a little bit more patient with the Moo account.
GT, man, I should have played those on those option sweeps. Zunaid, you flagged those too. I mean, look at this.
Did it break 14? Oh, hit! What? Wow.
That's how it goes sometimes, right?
All right. I'm not gonna lie.
The way I'm
on
looking
mode.
at this is we're finding the right things. Like that's not disputable. Like we are finding the things. It's just whether or not we actually execute on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna
And
need to
Works
take a
is
walk.
halted. I see a number of people in the chat talking about Works halted 60 cents to the upside.
Oh, I think you say GT halted, bro. I was about to flip my computer. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna take a walk. I'm on tilt mode. I'm pissed. I'm annoyed. I'm gonna take a walk. I'll be back.
No worries, bro. Take a walk, bro. It happens. The market's tough, guys. All I can say is that it ain't easy, baby. It ain't easy. So I'm trying to be patient here. The Q's still holding up a little bit. I'll show you guys that in a second. I'll just go to multiple charts here and then we can show it. Q's still fighting this kind of like 366 area. So let's see here. I can show you guys right here. See how the NASDAQ right here keeps holding at this top. I'm looking to see if it actually pulls back or not. To tell you the truth, it's still hanging in there pretty well. And look at the kind of right here, advances and decliners. A lot more advances and decliners right now. And wouldn't you know it, there you see it. Huge spike there, right back in the Qs.
Yo,
So
Leon, I've been watching you guys a lot the last couple of mornings, and I've been making a lot of money from what you guys have been I think you mean what you guys have been calling out.
Yeah. Hey, well, appreciate the love, man.
He goes on to say, you guys are right. You're pulling off the right stuff and making money along the way. That's awesome. Good stuff. Absolutely love hearing that.
Yeah, definitely. Qs just went up right to the high and then pulled right back. Let's see what happens. They're just playing around right now. All right, guys, just got a little bit more. You guys saw me literally click it there. That's what we call a moo, baby. I'm mooing all around today, baby.
I'm mooing all around. Did not think I was going to hear that today, but here we are.
I'm mooing all around, guys. I'm mooing all around.
Mooing all around. That just sounds bad. I don't know what else to say.
I'm moving, guys. The Crow saying EDTX. Mods, GSIT, gotta lift. Smash the like button. My man said it the best.
EDTX looks like this is going to try to go higher. I can't. I mean, this thing is just so crazy.
Rando's like, man, I wish I took a walk a few times. I do too, man. Trust me.
I feel like I'm going to buy this and
easy,
immediately
guys.
lose money. Like that's.
It hasn't been easy, guys. If the Qs pop through the 366.50s, I'm definitely getting hit here in Tesla. I'm trying to bounce back in the prop account, but nah, I ain't looking bueno. My day trading game has not been on point. Swing
Day
trade,
trading's been tougher.
swing trade, I've been killing it, man. So, I'm just gonna keep sticking to the bread and butter. There, you guys see it. Just got stopped there in Tesla there as it starts to push there. Just too much there for me. Take the hit. Give myself an ability to get into another trade, but still taking a hit.
Market super strong out of the gate.
Super strong there. The Q's still staying strong there. They never went back to VWAP. NVIDIA broke down, but that's like the only one. Look how NVIDIA's coming back. Oh, man, if that thing gets back through 430, I don't even want to see Zunaid. Feel my boy. Go on a walk, baby. Enjoy that walk. Make some butter chicken. Invite me over. I'm coming. I'm going to say it, guys, no offense. Detroit does not hustle harder.
I think what he's talking about is the Tigers. They had a day doubleheader yesterday and were swept. So I think that's what Jesse's referring to. Jesse, you tweeted me yesterday too. You tweeted me some link and there was nothing there. So I have no idea what you were trying to ask me at all. So yeah, sorry about that.
Ooh. Tesla just stopping me out, now coming back. It's a
Works
hard
going
one to
higher
deal
here.
with,
That's a
man.
penny stock.
I want to see the Qs break here. I don't want to keep just trying to get into something like this and then just get squeezed, because that's just easily how you get ripped. The biggest thing is, let's see the actual Qs come to VWAP. It's not doing that. So the market, if anything, showing some strength here. We'll see if this pushes some stocks more to the upside. There's the Qs, new high.
I'm not seeing any new setups on the relative volume scanner. AI making that run to 50. Somebody asked that yesterday.
I just say I'm glad I got out of the AI short early on.
Yeah, AI is ripping today, up 8.5% here. Look at this.
Look at that rip, bro. This is why you get the hell out.
Or you go long. I mean,
you could flip. I hate flipping, though. I don't know about you guys. I've tried to do that in the past. I'm not a big fan.
Tesla calls coming in.
Yeah, Tesla for sure. Starting to push. I mean, the Qs are pushing strong, right? Getting another spike here for the Qs as they're back towards 367 here, almost making a new high. High is 366.89. Yeah, we're going through there.
MVIS trying to break out the top here. MVIS trying to break VWAP 536, possible entry spot on a volume pop.
Just got through yesterday's daily high there, and now we're starting to push through. Not even. This is from pre-market action. Of course, the market likes to hurt where it can hurt the most, and maybe there's just too many bears that came in today.
I've been bearish this entire time, but I've been tempering my bearishness so that I don't get caught off. No, seriously, Mitch, because I don't want to get caught off sides. You're seeing what happens if you're two on one side and the market goes in the opposite direction. You will get punished. And that's what I've been trying to avoid.
Get wrecked. All right, guys, I'm keeping the watch now. Just got to be smart here, too. Can't take a big loss in the Moo account. Right around the $4 right now. Of course, I can push it up there towards like 6 or 7, but no more than that. And just keeping it watch, because if the Qs never turn around, the SQQQ trade isn't going to turn around either. QS says William. Was watching that stock earlier in the week. Did again, made a nice little push today. Yeah, nice little push higher, man. I've been talking about this one. It does have a nice little bunch up high here. Pulled back to 720. Doesn't look too bad there on QuantumScape. Pushing there to 770s now. About Netflix, it was such a monster, right? Oh, it's actually still in the red. Netflix. It's interesting. We'll see if it recovers here. Did NVIDIA recover? It's back to 425. Oh, look who's back.
I need to go on walks more often, baby. I need to go on walks more often.
What did you do? Did you leave it on?
I went to go pick up dry cleaning, and I came back, and now I'm break even. Matter of fact, we up 75 cents. We in the money, baby.
You savage fuck.
Come on, baby. Hey, look, man. We got a flight to catch in like 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? I had to pick it up before I forgot my clothes. Matter of fact, I have an alarm set for me to pick up at 11:30, but I was like, you know what? We're down $700. Let's just go ahead and pick it up now. Before I don't have enough money to pick up my dry cleaning.
Before it hits the account, they get the margin call, and then I can't pick it up, man. Damn. Just keep watching it. Keep watching it, man.
Come on. We reclaimed VWAP. I'm not going to lie. Look, in my head, I've already lost 800. All right. Actually, by the time we go ahead and lose this trade on the 420 side, we'll lose approximately $1,000. So in my head, it's like, you know what? It's already gone. The money's gone. We already know we're eating ramen in DC. By the way, if anyone has any great places to eat in DC, let me know. Or else I'm getting Wawa.
It depends on this trade, though. Right? It might be
That's a good point. I might just get
five-star
Wawa.
restaurant.
No,
It might be what's the cheapest place in DC to eat, right?
Usually after the show ends, we just go to Wawa, and that's how I end my night.
There you go.
So it's kind of a lonely thing, but it is what it is.
You guys could go to Kava and support that today.
Ooh, is that in DC?
Oh, I believe so.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, look that up. Zunaid, I'm pretty sure.
Washington.
I've never heard of Kava in my life, bro. What is this
same
Kava,
here.
It's Mediterranean. It's Chipotle style,
really?
like good fast food, but it's Mediterranean. So you go in there, you pick what you want. You pick what you want on it. It's not a bunch of garbage.
Atlanta too. Okay. Oh, we gonna have to eat that today. We gonna have to eat that while trading that is what we gonna do.
Okay, well, it's not open yet, so
that's what we gonna do. It's interesting because Kava's also closed.
Roy says Kava is so good.
Really? I wonder if this.
See, I know roti. Have you guys ever heard of roti? Because that's a Mediterranean Chipotle style.
So roti is like a
yeah, I know
tortilla.
What it is.
Yeah, I know
what it is.
And I know
what it is, but not the restaurant.
You don't know the restaurant Roti? ROTI? Oh
Not
man, you
over here,
guys, you guys are missing out.
Not on the east side, not by Zunaid and I.
Nope. I will be at the Capital One Center tonight. Wellness. There's a 2K League tournament going down.
You guys are making me want to trade Kava.
It's got to be open. You know, that's the problem here.
I know, but I got to keep an eye out for it.
I've already added to my watch list. You'll see right down here. Already added to my watch list.
Of course, now Tesla wants to come back down.
Okay, look, just go ahead and test VWAP and know that this move is legit, and then let's move right back up. If not, I'm taking a walk again. This is how it's going to go.
It's the Qs, baby. It's the Qs, dude. Look at the Qs, man. They never even went back to VWAP, even though they kind of shook your ass on trying to shake your ass on NVIDIA.
Come on.
We'll see what happens here. Is Love going to break out here or dip back to support Jenny? Honestly, you tell me, Jenny, because I already have the position on. I just want to run to the money, but I'm with you on that. I don't know. Right now. I talked about it. Can we get through 34 going to there's a resistance right above here, towards 34 14s. So that's kind of the area that I would be a little bit careful. If we do get through that level, I might just take the money and run. But it's been a nice little move there in Love.
Matthew, I'd love for you to be right, but it is. It is a
Matthew's completely wrong. Matthew, I love you, but you're completely wrong. I'm sorry. If you're gonna come out here, tell me I'm wrong and do LMAO. No, son. No, dude. Roti.com. Roti serves delicious, healthy, and affordable Mediterranean food.
Yo, there's no way you said roti.
I didn't say roti. Man, you guys get me fired up today. Zunaid out here trying to get me fired up.
No. I saw the comment. I went to make sure you were right. So then I had your back. I got it pulled up here too. Look.
Okay.
No worries. Okay. I'll say it for my boy, bro.
I was coming. I was like, you know what, my man? It literally
was at this moment that he knew.
I was helping you out, bro. But then you said roti.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
That was too funny, though. That was amazing. Oh, man.
It was at this moment that he knew.
All right, so here's the thing. Is your name Matthew? Or is it like an alias? You know what I mean? But nonetheless, yes, we get that the term roti is different, but the restaurant, Ryan was correct. Let's all move on.
I'm talking about the restaurant, not the definition of the word. I mean, it's as clear as day.
But I didn't.
I got heated.
It's
what happened to live trading? We got canceled.
We got canceled for mic dropping.
We got canceled. Z walked off set after losing $1,000.
Yeah, but didn't you come back and make money on it?
Yeah, so I'm up. So let me tell you what my exact price is. My average price on this is $425.73. So yes, I am up 6 cents at the moment.
Okay, so you were down 1,000 and now you're up 6 cents. So you can pull a Biden and you can say you created $1,000.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm over here watching Love, and I'm like, you know what, man? I can't keep riding this higher. It's 5.27, 5.24 now. I'm just gonna take the money and run. That's an easy 5% swing there on Love. Trying to get the fill right now. No fill just yet. Let you guys know when I do get filled there, but taking the money off of Love.
By the way, some other AI names are at the highs here. So SOUN, that's pounding the highs on this move from AI.
Carvana, by the way, as it's approaching 25, you've also got $30 calls coming in on the ask, expiring July 21st on Carvana, approximately in the past 10 minutes, $200,000 worth, $30 calls, which is probably why you had this big old spike in volume. But not my charts. There goes my charts.
Carvana.
Right there. So Carvana, keep an eye on this one. Let's go ahead and check out some levels. We have hit 26 before. Matter of fact, you've got resistance around this area. You know what? This might be not a bad spot to get in. But yeah, because if we go here, this actually wouldn't be a bad spot. Stop loss for me would be a crack of 24.31. So am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? How well are you doing, NVIDIA? NVIDIA, you right back down. Holy smokes. Okay.
It's a battle, baby. It's a battle.
MVIS trying to break out again from VWAP.
We're going to size just a little lower here. I'm in on Carvana here. Terrible fill, but it is what it is. 24.71. It's not the best trade. Like I said, I am on tilt. So what the heck just happened on NVIDIA? Bro. At this rate, somebody else going to need to do all access. I ain't gonna lie to you. What just happened, though?
Q's cracked. A little crack away from 367 on the Q's.
You're right.
Let's just be honest. Yeah, that was a little bit of a harder crack there. Tesla cracked too. So I'm looking at Tesla now.
BBAI also at the highs, man. A lot of AI names moving up. How's CXAI doing? GSIT.
One more attempt to the upside is what I'm thinking, and then I'm going to start adding a little bit more in the SQQQs. Just trying to be patiently here, adding all morning long in my Moo account. Hey, Mitch, set a stop in case it follows Jet. That's probably the better move, Jenny. Jenny, you're actually being smarter probably than me in the chat sometimes. No worries, Jenny.
I like how you finished that with no worries, as if saying she's smarter than you is a bad thing.
No, more no worries for me because she's being smarter than I'm just more like I already ran to the profit, but I mean she's being the smarter one. I got to call it out. She's probably doing the better call. Just maybe set a stop, just let it keep working. But it's one of those times where I usually, Jenny, I with my swing trade account, it usually goes down to like maybe 1 or 2 swing trades, maybe even 0 swing trades. All of a sudden I have like 8. And then if I see 8 in the green and I'm starting to get uncomfortable in the market of which way it could swing, I just start running to green because there's no problem with that, right? I've seen too many times where the market kind of turns around me. And so that's why I started taking the profits in Square. I took my ARC profit. I took Norwegian profit. Tesla profit today for the short side and just don't know which way the market's going really. So I took the Love profits. Intel, I've taken a lot of the profits off of that position. I'm looking to see it work, but what is it up for me? Just barely up for me on the day. That just goes to show me I got to be careful.
All right.
Most of all, man. AI is up. I agree with you, Mod.
Where's Carvana? I knew I took that one off my list too. But we're in again. Where did I say we were in? We're in at 24.71. It's popping 25s here. Who just logged on? My boy Aaron in the back. Aaron, you want to come say hi? He just left.
He's like, camera off. He's like, hell nah, dude. Hell nah. That was quick. That was fun. I actually wish they could have all seen that. That was funny as hell.
You do want to come on? All right, I'm about to put you up, Aaron. Aaron, come on, come say hello. Yes, he said no.
No. He said yes, and then turns to he's baiting you, Zunaid.
Oh man, Aaron, I'm about to put you up, Aaron.
Aaron ain't afraid of that, man. He is fast on the switches. He'll get himself taken care of.
In 5
That was
seconds, I'm
funny.
putting you up, Aaron. I'm putting you up in 5 seconds. I just want you to know. What if I put you up right there and you did what you did to everybody to see?
I missed what he did that time. Damn.
Oh, he's on screen. I'm gonna take myself off and see if he's there. He's not even there. Wait, why can't I add him? Oh, because his webcam is not on. So
Dude, I'm telling you, Aaron knows. Why are you trying to
You're right,
pull one
you're
over on the
right.
IT guy, bro?
You're right. You're right.
It's like, do what you want, bro. You ain't getting me on.
Aaron,
It's
come on,
like
one more
Ember.
time. Aaron, by the way, you are actually on camera, so if you probably show your
Turn
face,
it
He
on.
it'll
knows.
probably come up.
He's the
I'm
IT
just-
guy.
I know. Listen, I know
my
that
Oh, tell
if
him.
I
tell
turn
him.
on my camera right
Tell
now,
him.
I will pop up.
Aaron, I am out here trying to have your back, and Zunaid is just keeps chirping. And
Look,
I appreciate it.
I've had one friend get canceled on Mike, and I didn't want Aaron to be the second one, especially because he made sure I wasn't fired because of my Gmail being locked out, which I don't even know why that happened, but
Yeah, that was a weird one. I woke up to a weird message, so I was just fixing some stuff.
Zunaid, you're getting
I
a little
don't know what
lift,
that means.
baby.
I don't even know what
You're
that means,
good. You're
but
good. If everybody watching Zunaid is good, he'll be with us for a long, long time.
yeah.
All right, I'll let you guys
Okay.
get back to it.
Anyway. Oh. On you've got Carvana, so let's go ahead and take a look at Carvana. We've talked about NVIDIA, and I'm going to cry about it later on after the show. So here it is, right? We said the dip buy that we wanted was around this level. Unfortunately, I got it on the top half of. As a matter of fact, I got it here all the way. So my average fill again is 24.72s. It went all the way high as 25.24s. We're not going to sell till we get to at least. Matter of fact, I might not sell at all. I don't even know. I'm in a terrible trading mood, but it is what it is.
I'm still waiting on Kava to open. It's not open.
All right, guys, taking one more attempt here on a prop short of Tesla, but I'd definitely say it's a high risk type of trade.
Oh boy. I think Ryan, you were covering DFLI. Would you like to go over that again?
Let me bring it up here. What happened? Oh, okay.
Oh,
So we're just
covering
trading
it, yeah.
the VWAP. Yeah. So DFLI, this actually showed strength earlier. I actually gave a trade here. Frankly, I didn't hit it though. As far as a setup goes, what we really want to see is see if we can match some of these early volume sticks that were much better on across through this VWAP, and that might happen. I got the oh my God, look at that pop! Literally as we're talking, didn't get the volume that I wanted, so I wouldn't necessarily chase this move here, but I don't think this is done yet. I think we're going to get another move here today. Unsure if it's going to be up or down. I'm not in it though.
All right, now I'm trying to look at the market in kind of like a 5-minute outlook, right? And you got two highs there around the 367.25. We can play around here for a little while now and have some sideways action. The real move on breakdown, I think, would be a 366 cut down candle. But for right now, Qs are still hanging on there. Be careful out there, team. I'm with you, Beans. He's got a new title for us, guys.
Degen
Is it?
Trading Bros.
The
Degenerate.
Degen Trading Bros. We ain't worried about it. Apple hit a all-time high today. Another all-time high, Ron?
Yeah, it cracked the what was it, 184 level we had?
185 now.
You are
Q's still
100%
battling,
right,
man.
Dave. You are 100% right.
Q still battling. Look at that. Yo, where's NVIDIA now, dude? Is it ever
Why you
gonna
gotta
make
do
the
this?
run?
Why you gotta do this to me? What I do to
More
you?
long. I'm like wondering,
No,
like,
what I do to you? No, what I do to you? No,
why
what?
is it lagging so damn much?
Bro, you think I know why it's lagging? Maybe because that's
Shit.
AOL. I don't know.
I'm fighting myself. Like, why that? Do I go long NVIDIA here? I mean, shit.
No, don't bring that bad juju over. You stay short.
Yeah. I got you, bro. I got you.
Matter of fact, I need you to go short so you can pop.
That's what it is, Zunaid. That's what it is. You know how it goes, right? You need someone to take the
yeah,
opposite
you need
side.
somebody else on the other side. I swear, if my buddy that is short NVIDIA texts me today, I'm gonna
Yeah, dude, watch him have the last laugh here. Oh man, that would be the fucking worst, bro.
Nah,
Nah, bro. I mean, he's crying. He's crying already, bro. Let's just be honest, right?
I mean, yeah, the fact that he's still short of it. AMD, is AMD going crazy? AMD to the downside. All right, let's check out AMD. So let's go to the 30
Ooh.
minute.
Good catch.
Let's see
Whoever
what's
mentioned
happening.
AMD, Thomas.
Yeah, you had a few folks here. So
Good job,
if you
man.
look left, you had a little bit of support there.
mention.
You had resistance.
Here, let me
Resistance.
put you up, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
There
my
you
bad.
go.
You good. That's on me. So support, resistance, resistance, support. Now what do we do here? What do we do here at this 122.46 area? But before that, you also had this 124 that couldn't sustain itself. I personally don't know if I would go ahead and trade this and how I would trade it unless it cracked here on the retest. I would go short with a stop loss of 124. If you are going to go long here, I think your stop loss needs to be approximately 122.35s or so. That way you can give yourself a little bit of an idea of a spike down and then a right back up is what I would try to go ahead and go with. But again, I know we've had a fun show. I know we've said some crazy things, had good laughs. It's been a today feels like a Friday. It's not. It's kind of cloudy outside here in Atlanta. And
It's your Friday, baby, right?
Well, I mean, yes, for
Technically,
live
right?
trading works, yes, but in terms of other works, no,
Never.
not at all, man. I work on the weekends too, you know.
Hey, you don't have to put on the red light.
Rule of threes testing VWAP on NVIDIA.
Oh, uh-oh. You
Oh,
are
shit.
right there.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Nice little
go,
recovery candle
NVIDIA.
around the 43.50, 423.50 area.
Wait, how am I down? If my average price is because of the bid. Ladies
Hold
and
it.
gentlemen, we are up $30 on this trade at the moment.
That prop there, short on the Tesla, another stop out. It's just not going well, guys.
I've got that Atlanta swag. Yes, I have been told that. I talk and I walk and I act like I'm from Atlanta. This is true.
Was that a compliment or an insult?
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm wondering here.
You know what I mean?
Sorry,
It was more of a
Mitch.
style. I'm trying to properly
Depends what side of Atlanta you're good stuck on, I guess. Atlanta's big, man.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I just got a text.
too
What was I
big
answering? Yeah, it's
almost.
more of a style, and I'm trying to navigate what the comment may have suggested quite easily, but nonetheless, yes.
The style comes out also on the esports, you know? I don't know if you see my man on the esports life, but
It definitely does. Especially so if I'm doing a gig with like the NBA, I have to be a little bit tame and a little bit more professional. But if you catch me on like an amateur stream or something like that, yeah, no, we go crazy. Let's go. NVIDIA, we are up $1. Come on, baby. We are now up like $300. No, I lied. How many? $200. Sorry, the bid and ask is a little bit wide here. But come on. Let's get that 430 test. Let's get that 430 test.
of course Tesla stopped me out by like 5-6 cents. Not watch it, like just tank. I'm thinking about the swing trade here on Tesla. Because this is recovering, but I don't think it's going to get back to 259. But who knows? The Q's staying strong, baby. They watched it to us today. That's for sure. I'm stunned to see AMD so weak.
AMD. I mean, that's got to be popping if NVIDIA's popping. And
Dude, look at it, bro. Like,
I lied.
you know what I mean? Like, this is weird, right?
It is. Well, it's not though because it's lagging overall, right? We talked. If you
Yeah.
look at it in the sense of all-time highs lagging, right? Obviously, look, different ways to look at. Hey, is it lagging? Is it not? I'm talking about strictly from all-time highs. Its all-time highs are here at 160. We're here at 123. That is approximately. What is that? That's about 25% away from all-time highs. Where NVIDIA is making all-time highs for the past like week, right? I mean, this is NVIDIA here, all-time highs. Yesterday kept smacking it. Look at how beautiful this candle is. Matter of fact, I would not be surprised if we get an inside day on NVIDIA. I hope we don't. but I would not be surprised if we kind of do. Which would only mean that tomorrow is going to be madness, but also means I have to go through anxiety if I go ahead and hold it on tonight. But, not something I want to do. I'd like to get out of at least half my position here at this 129 area if it gets back up there.
All right, do I take my final buy here in the SQQQ? That's the harder part to determine here.
The Canadian investor. Take your money and run, brother. They are testing the buy stop liquidity on NVIDIA. Well, they are coming down at the moment. And here's the thing, right? Let's talk about the trader mentality. And I've been so good with it this year, but I'm obviously going through it today. I had opportunities to take gains at the 129, but my target was 130, so I didn't sell it. Then I obviously went through the drawdown, and I was all the way down here. Again, it's my average cost. I just call it 426 for easy math. Came all the way down to about the 421s. But I knew that, hey, I'm not selling until it cracks this 420, right? When my stop loss literally on the trade is 419.50s is what it is. Then so I'm up a lot, don't sell because it hasn't hit my target. Then I'm down a decent amount, don't sell because I hit my stop loss. Then I'm right back up here, and I could have gotten out and said, you know what, way too crazy of emotions for me. I'm out with $100, $200, whatever it may have been. I'm out. But now I'm obviously not. What's going to happen, hopefully, or not hopefully, but what's going to end up happening probably is this is going to come right back down and get stopped out. And I'm going to rethink this moment back to what the Canadian investor side is that, hey, man, you could have taken your gains and you could have walked away with just a solid trade, had a little bit of burger here and there, but instead I'm going to be upset that I lost a good amount of money. We shall see how it works out. And that's my rant. I appreciate y'all for listening.
Can't blame you, my friend.
Ryan
It's been a
left.
tough day.
He said, Ryan, he said,
It's been a tough one.
He said, I'm tired of you.
Yeah, it's been a really tough trading week, to tell you the truth, man. I haven't been doing really good. The prop account's almost done. That's 2,100 of drawdown, and I'm trying, but it just seems like ever since that one day where we had the mistake, and that's how it is, especially with a small account challenge. That's why I think it's so important to stay like dead focused when you're doing small accounts, when you're doing a prop, when you're doing things like that. You have to keep the risk in mind, focus in, and one mistake can really cost you, especially when a smaller account.
See you later, Judge. On the bright side, you get a long weekend. It's going to be a long weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one, right? Well, hopefully it's a little bit better than a longer one. There's the Qs coming right back down here. I'm thinking about getting my last ad here. I'm going to try around 1963s for pullbacks to add the remaining shares there that I can get in here. See if I get a little bit of a pullback. I'll actually wait for it.
TD Ameritrade. Action required. You have options expiring this week. Well, thank you.
Well, thanks, bro.
Yeah, nice little email from TD trying to scare you. Anytime they say action required, I'm like, oh man, what do I do now?
Yeah, I don't like those emails.
It's like you should put on the other side that you're taking the other side of my trade. More like it.
Like why you gotta say action required, bro? Like, come on.
Brokers on our sides, bro. Come on, man. We know that. We know better than that.
Yeah, and those options and by the fact, now I just got an email from Ryan too.
There you go. All right, guys, you guys see us using Moo. Like always, you guys see the QR code in the top right corner. And right now, you can get a free share of Tesla and Google if you deposit up to 5,000. You get 15 free stocks, 100 cash reward. Check it out, team. Throwing up the link one more time here. And we got all access that will be coming up after this at 11. So we still got about 25 minutes here. I know the market's kind of slowed down. So
yeah, sure has.
If we digress, you know why.
Oh, man.
It'd be an interesting spot for an SOXS trade. I just don't know if I trust it.
That's why I've been building my SQQQ. The only problem is I'm definitely front running the action, Ryan. And so that's the hard part, right? Do you front run it or do you wait for the big move down?
And we are right back to break even. Bro, this is insane.
What about the ticking time bombs, You're not feeling that?
Hold on a second.
No worries. Just wondering, you know. Because I also get to that point too, man. I hate being just stuck up, down, up, down, up,
When
down.
you're saying ticking timeout, are you talking about like, hey, if a move doesn't happen in X amount of time, I'm out, like a shot
Exactly.
clock?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
a shot clock.
unfortunately, I'm trying to see how I can say this.
Yeah, take
We
your time.
made a good
man.
amount of money this week and with other gigs where it's like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and risk, $1,000 or so on this trade.
Okay. So it's
And
like an
especially
options trade
because
almost.
yeah, and especially because you had all those options coming in yesterday. Now, some of them may have left the trade themselves, but it's kind of like, hey, I've had a game plan. I'm going to stick with it. It is what it is. And it's also like, I don't have, if I made up a shot clock, it would be out of thin air. There's no data or anything where it's like, hey, man, X amount of times or probability, 50% of times if something doesn't happen. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm just making it out of thin air. So for me, it's like, you know what? We win $1,000, we lose $1,000. It is what it is. And honestly, I just want to text my buddy when he loses money on shorts. What's up?
Crow's asking, Ryan, what do you think about SOFO here? SOFO, I mean, it looks like it's trying to bottom, but it's looked like that 3 or 4 times already, Crow. So what I would want here is a confirmation. I guess first thing here is going to be a move above this candle. Looks like it's at that right now.
That's good outlet there. Mentioned in the chat, red to green on gold. Ooh, I like this.
Looks like a tomato, kind of. Oh, never mind. On my screen here, it looks like a tomato.
Starter swing trade, swing on AU. Starter on AU. It's on my other account, but I'll show you guys the position there. AU getting in there at 24.55s, looking to add down there towards the 24.40s. But I've been waiting for AU to make a move, and that would be probably the market coming down, and it coming through 25. So it just got a starter there on AU. This is one of my favorite gold plays. We'll see what happens. Trying to take more swing trades.
Ryan, are you a pineapple on pizza kind of guy?
No, I'm allergic to pineapple, and pineapple on pizza is one of the grossest things I've ever heard.
All right, fair enough. Mitch?
I like it.
All right, by the way, Man U went ahead and did get halted. As you can see, and not only did it get halted, but it's got a nice little pop to the upside. Give me a second.
SOFO needs to clear out 140 here to get going.
All right, guys, taking a swing trade on Tesla to the short side here. Going to risk off the 258.50. So give myself a little room here. But starter on the swing right back down the Tesla. We took the gains today, triple digits. So I'll risk some of that to get a little bit more.
And you to the upside with a halt of 26.64.
Probably going to risk about, let's say, 20% of the gains there for Tesla on this swing. We'll see what happens.
By the way, I don't know if he'd want his name out there, but a lovely coworker of ours is in Man U. So hopefully this trade works out for him. Him and I were literally just talking about it yesterday. So happy to see that pop.
SQQQ's holding in here now, trying to make a little bit of a turn on the MACD. And that's what's getting me a little bit excited here. We'll see if it starts to turn. You guys can see that on my screen. If you get me up here, oh, you got me. Perfect. So you can see how the MACD is starting to turn. That's making me a little bit more confident about taking my shot here in the SQQQ and adding the remaining shares that I can add. So I'm putting out an order for a little bit of a pullback fill here. 1967 orders out to get that final fill. And then just from there, we'll set the risk stop on the SQQQ trade. I've been working my way in this. And of course, you guys know what this is. This is a little bit of some moo action, baby. All right. So swing, can you detail on the swing? Yeah, I got you. So at least from my swing, I've already taken some gains. Remember last time. So last time I had even 255s. I got 256.29s now. I'm going to risk there about up there towards 258.50s. We'll see what happens there. Just got the pullback fill there in the SQQQs. Now we'll look to see if this could cross back over, especially on the MACD to show me that it wants to come back to VWAP. Q's still holding in there, though. To tell you the truth, the Q's haven't pulled back to VWAP all day. So it could also be dangerous play here. I'm going to take a shot, and we'll see what happens.
Buglog saying, take a look at Nikola. I'm fine letting Nikola go, man. Yeah, it's ripping here. It doesn't make sense to me. This company's a fraud. This is not a trade for me. But if you're up in it, if you're making money on it, awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and say I know it's been crazy dealing with me here today with NVIDIA. I mean, look, I am dealing with emotions today as we are right back above VWAP and looking to attack high a day at 429. In all seriousness, now what I am going to do, actually, no, I lied. I'm not. I was going to say I'm going to have my stop loss on break even.
I'm getting a little bit of a test there for the SQQQs. I'm going to go ahead and set my stop here in a second. I just don't like to usually do it on downside candles because I usually feel like I get stop hunted when I do it on downside candles. So I'm waiting right now. I can always just limit out, but I'm looking at the 49s and 48 for out for the SQQQ. We'll see what happens today. Average for me is 1979.
Buglog saying, Ryan, yeah, I'm up 37%, taking my profits and running. That's exactly what I would do, man. 30% or 37%, excuse me. That's pretty good. I would take that too. I'd be out of that one. I just with Nikola, I just don't really follow what it's doing. That's not to say you can't trade it. I mean, people trade OTC fraud stocks and bankrupt stocks all the time. Like I said, if you can make money off of it, that's great. But Nikola's one that I just pass on. Awesome that you were able to bank off of it.
Man, you unhalted. Again, I don't know what the news is. I haven't tried to even take a look because I don't have a position, but just FYI for the folks that might want to trade it.
Yeah, so the big thing with Man U, of course, is will it get bought up by the Saudi investors, right? And so that's what they're looking at right now. I mean, it's getting the spike there. Would I play this game? I mean, I think this is computer game. It's very difficult to trade that. I mean, you just got to spike to 26.50 and then pull back almost immediately to 25. Maybe you're looking for a dip moments. We'll see what happens. That Man U move was crazy. That was wicked. Well, the Qs go through 367.50s or 367.75. That's kind of like upside continuation here. It's really interesting to see.
Did you just stare at my face?
Ally Bank right now?
What? No. Wait, what? What happened?
I don't know.
Brian?
Oh, no. No, never mind.
You getting something in your ear?
Computer?
Yeah, I thought...
You hearing things, Ryan?
I thought Zunaid was having such a bad day that he was calling Ally Bank for support. Oh my God!
But where did you hear Ally Bank in your ear?
Oh my God! I have a link on Twitter that I clicked on that's open in the background that I didn't realize. I have two squawks on. I got all types of sounds. I have no idea what's going. Junaid, I thought you were about to bug out. Honestly. Okay.
I thought I was going to call Ally Bank and be like, listen, I need you to not let the transfer go through
exactly.
no matter what.
Pull that shit back.
Guys,
do something. Oh, man.
We don't make this stuff up, man. I'm telling you guys.
Hey, real quick.
What you got, Junaid?
WBD. I have no idea what this ticker is. Warren Brothers.
No idea.
Well, I mean, I can see it once I click on it. $12 calls coming in on the ask on Warner Brothers, excuse me. Expiring at the end of this month, so 30th of June, approximately $300,000 worth on Warner Brothers. It is in the money, so we are at $13. The call options are 12. No clue why someone would buy this. The earnings are on the 3rd of August, so it's not like it's anytime soon, but just something interesting that I usually don't see in that ticker.
Hey,
real quick here, Jay. U.S. Open just teed off at the Los Angeles Country Club. I'll be honest, I cannot wait to watch some of this today. I don't have ESPN Plus, so I can't watch all of the groups from when they start. I have to wait till the TV coverage starts at 1. Just FYI, Mitch, you might be interested in this. I have a 9-leg parlay where if the 9 golfers that I picked finish in the top 20, I win $15,700. $10 bet.
Wow.
$10 bet. I'll tell you this right now.
My kind of
If
bets.
If I hit that parlay, there is going to be an immediate vacation to Hilton Head for golfing. So
I
just
love it.
just telling you that right now.
I
I'll
love it.
know on Sunday.
All right,
That's what it
I got to
should be,
get ready
baby.
for All Access. I appreciate everyone dealing with my shenanigans on NVIDIA. Y'all are great. We'll see you guys and gals for a few days, but we'll see you on Tuesday. Let's go NVIDIA Wellness. I know you're in NVIDIA as well. Best of luck to everybody. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all in about 15 minutes, but see ya.
See you in a little bit, Zunaid. I'm going to bring him down. He'll tell me when he's ready to come back. I'm going to put my screen up. You guys might see me stop out here in this Moo trade. Of course, the average trades have been between $4 and $6 loss here. So I'm pushing it a little bit more, going towards that 49. It'd be about a $9 loss. I don't mind that, but I'm definitely not going to risk $10 there, because the key is sticking to what? When we go in a small account, the number one thing that I see traders do is they move from a bigger sizing to smaller sizing, right? It's okay, I think, to work smaller to bigger once you got a lot of gains, but you got to keep it in mind, right? You got to slowly step up, not a big leap up, because that's easily how you start getting wrecked. And the key with small accounts, guys, I think it's very important. Just play the base hits. We're not here for home runs. If we run into one, we run into one, but we always got to keep in mind the number one thing in a small account, which is capital preservation. All right, we'll see if the Qs kind of break out through here, through the 367.50s. That's kind of the area that I'm really kind of keeping a close eye on. Let's go to the Explore tab, see if there's any best performing themes today. Solid state battery. Who was bringing up that? I was talking a lot about that with QuantumScape. And where did that come from? From Toyota Motors, mentioned, of course, of QuantumScape batteries and solid state batteries, getting a little bit of lift in that technology. So that definitely helping out QuantumScape. We'll see what else is making moves. You see Solid Power, Microvast there. You've seen SPACs up. Yeah, I saw that nickel up. It's pretty good amount. I couldn't trade it. Maybe I could push it down the hill. Oh, no, that's kind of more somebody else's game. I think he's in jail for it, but we'll leave him alone. Fubu TV, 2.5% up today. Sirius up a good amount. I don't know why Sirius is up a good amount, but I'll keep an eye on that. Thermal coal up a decent amount. So coal, Peabody, you guys know I like BTU. Uber up a little bit today. I didn't expect to see food delivery up today, but that's doing well. And then some smaller names to mention. EDTX. There you guys see that. Do you guys see that? That's a big mover there. I think that might have been an acquisition or something, because I don't see it moving too much. There's a big push there in the Qs. So really close to stopping out here in this trade here. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get out of this trade here. You guys will see me cut out in just a second here. I'm just going to give it a second to see if it can recover. If not, just getting out here. And make sure I have an order out to make sure it gets me out if I need to. There's a little bit of a cut through the 50s. Let's see if we get an actual cut down through that 50s. I'm keeping a close eye on it right now. A lot of times I get these wicks that get me out. You know, those wicks can be tricks, so I give it like a cent or two.
I was just going to say that.
So I don't want to see that it wicked at 1950s and then it never goes back through that level. So a lot of times what I see here is like, so the low of the day right now is what, 1947, right? So essentially we shouldn't really cut through that again. You could get like a bid on that, but essentially I wouldn't want it to cut through that again. Anything cuts through that and I'm definitely just getting out. Also looking to see the bids, the bid action, right? And so you can see how there's some action here, but there's some pretty good resistance to the right-hand side. People trying to get out there also. So I'm looking to see if the 52s can hold here. You see the bid action is actually pretty good now. 99% of the bid action. That gives it that little pop. So you see this kind of like action right here. So it changes really quickly, but you want to be seeing it pop to like 99, pop to 80s, pop to 70s, showing you that the bid action is a little bit bigger than the axe action. There you go, back to 1957. Don't worry about that. We won't go back to it.
Okay. Just making sure.
The bid action is bigger than the ass action.
What I thought you said. I'm just making sure.
It's that kind of day, man. What can I say, man? It's been that kind of day. What can I say? It's
I'm
very,
down,
very
by the
nice.
way.
Eyes are very nice.
Very nice type of day.
I know we're, the market's kind of slow. We're kind of joking around here today. I'm 0 for 2 on day trades. So I'm down here. MVIS, I'm 0 for 1. Sorry. MVIS took a small loss on that. So I mean it is what it is. I'm still waiting for Kava. I do kind of want to trade that. And I don't really see anything else popping up here on the relative volume scanner. I mean, maybe ESPR if it goes above 140. EDTX, which we talked about earlier, boy, am I glad I didn't buy that at 28. We're down 4 points from that level. ESPR really the only, I mean, Workhorse is already grinding higher. We kind of missed that.
All right, I'm going to wrap up this trade just to kind of tell you guys about it. So there you guys see the stop set already, kind of be waiting there. Of course, I did stop right around where I talked about it. It recovered that levels. Glad I didn't cut it immediately and was able to like get through that action. So now 1949, 48 stop limit set there. And I'll just keep letting that work. We'll see what happens there. And maybe I get a little smooth jazz action later in the day. We need some.
It just doesn't count
jazz.
unless you steep dance with it.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Baby. All right, let's go ahead. We'll take a look at some other stocks. I'm going to pull this chart down and I'm going to pull my other chart up just to kind of do a little bit of an outlook of the markets here. Just give me 1 second here, team. I'll pull up my charts. There we go. So we can do a little bit of an outlook of the market. We'll see what happens if this continues to climb higher. Look at NVIDIA. I'll tell you one thing. There's one person in the back that at least won't be eating ramen tonight. Looks like more butter chicken if he can hang on for just a little longer. We'll find out if it gets through that 429. If it misses it by an inch, I'm sorry, Zunaid. But I'm going to see what happens there. The Q's definitely strong today, now pulling back a little bit. But what do I see? A lot of bit like these peaks and troughs. We'll see what happens if this can continue to climb. Let's go to the main charts. Let's take a look at the sectors and the industries. Energy leading the day. We'll look to see if that can continue from the open, of course. Technology also up. What's in the red? Real estate. Consumer cyclical behind that. Healthcare doing decent. Financial services is an interesting area to kind of keep an eye out for. It came down yesterday, now kind of meeting some resistance. We'll look to see if like kind of the KRE goes back to red. JPM gets back to red. It was red earlier, bounced up, still strong right now. Industrial is an area that I'm keeping a very close eye on. We'll see what happens there. XLI is one way that you can be watching that. Of course, that's the spider. And you guys see how this has really started to get strong as of late. So keep your eyes on names here. One name I'm keeping an eye on that just recently had a nice little spike, Boeing. It pulls back to the 9 EMA. It's having a decent day today. So I know that I've talked negative on Boeing in the past, but I'll tell you right now, the reaction's been for a while now, really to the upside. Now let's see if it can get through this high over here to the left. That high is a 221.33s. We're at 219s. Let's see if we can really start pushing back here towards 224, 225. Doesn't look too bad there in Boeing. Of course, you guys can also watch the cat. The cat's been out the hat lately. We'll see if this can continue to drive. Caterpillar, Deere had a better day yesterday, continuing to push up and starting to recover. I've talked about Pakar, how that's made a huge move to the upside. GE now pulling back a little bit. This is something that I just look to continue doing what? Just following this channel. It keeps following the channel. Now it comes back to the bottom. Let's see if it goes right back to that 107. We'll see what happens there in industrials. Any other area that you're looking at, Ryan, that you want to talk about, you feel free to hop back on. If not, I'm taking a look at some defensive names here. Kroger's did report today. Let's see how that is doing. You can see how it's getting whacked in the pre-market, kind of bounced back here towards the market. We'll look to see if it makes a move to 46 here on Kroger Company.
Yeah, the only thing I'm really watching, Mitch, is tech, because obviously it's tech that's helping the market move up here, and I'm expecting a reversal at some point. I thought today was going to be a big day because I wanted to see what the digestion was of the Fed yesterday. Yeah. So far, it seems like we're strong. We'll see if we end up giving that up. I mean, we tried to sell off earlier and immediately bounced. So that's pretty much all I'm watching right now. It does seem rather slow, and of course, waiting for the Kava IPO to open.
We'll see what happens there, right? I'll keep watch. I did take a swing trade in Tesla right back to the short side off 256.29s. Going to risk off of it. Already got it set there. I'm going to risk some of the gains that I made earlier. 258.50s. We'll see what happens if that does make a drive to 258.50s and stops me out. I'll look to see if it comes right back to the downside. Of course, still in this XOM, it is climbing on the day, but as long as it doesn't break 108 for me, I think this still looks good for downside continuation. Took a swing on AU. We'll try to add to this position as it's pulling back. We'll see what happens there on some gold action. And then Intel, fighting myself right now to not take the gains. It is continuing to drive higher. So we'll see if this is just kind of a topping point and maybe a point to run towards the gains. But Intel still working higher after that NVIDIA mention that really got the motors going. All right. Any last outlook? I did see Netflix. We'll look to see if that can continue. If Netflix continues to run, I'm looking to see if Disney wants to make a move into that gap above, but hasn't happened just yet. Healthcare, interesting to see that strong. I can take a look at healthcare plans. Of course, they got destroyed yesterday, bouncing back a little bit today. UNH right back up there to 469s. Cigna getting a little bit of a bounce. CVS was getting hit hard yesterday, now getting a little bit of a bounce back. ELV is one that I also take a look at in here. Alliance Health. We'll see if it can start making its gap right back towards 470. Definitely got hit hard yesterday on the CEO mention from UNH, where it was kind of like non-required surgeries, things like that we're going through. And it looks to me like this is just kind of like an overblown downside action move. One thing that could get a lift, though, is THC. It's pulling back today, so this is actually interesting. Now we're talking that the hospitals might actually make money off of that mention from UNH. We'll see what happens there. All right, what are the mentions in the chat? It's about 10:57 in a second. We'll be switched over to All Access, where we get into interesting stories that you guys might be never heard of, right? And I think that that's really the fun part. You guys know I'm all about story and trading like that. NVIDIA's story has literally gotten it to a point where people look at the fundamentals and be like, man, that's ridiculous. But the truth is, it doesn't matter if there is a good story, a good theme, a good hype behind it, right? If we're looking at AI really taking over, well, the truth is NVIDIA continue running higher. So definitely stay tuned for the story that's coming up, and you just might find a new opportunity. All right, last comments for us, Ryan, as we start to wrap up and switch over to All Access.
I gave them to you, waiting for Kava IPO and watching the tech and SPY.
All right, awesome. Zunaid's hopping right back on here. We're going to go ahead and get Ryan out of here. Ryan, have a good one, my friend. Take care. And I hope that I hear that you're in Hilton Head, baby. That's what I hope to hear.
I'll be back here before I go. Let's put it that way. I'm going to know Sunday night how my bet actually ends up faring. I'll let you know immediately, Mitch. You will not be able to silence my texts if I win that.
Will be a good day for Ryan if that.
Well, it's going to be anyway. It's going to be anyway because I'm golfing 36 holes that day. But if I win 15K, I'm going to have a Hilton Head trip coming up right after that. So you can better believe it.
Enjoy that, Ryan, and take care, Ryan. I'm going to go ahead and hop in just a second. Zunaid, my friend, NVIDIA, what a challenge, right?
It's been interesting for sure, man. And Adam, by the way, give me a thumbs up if you're ready, pal, and we can get going here in a moment. Thank you for that. Yeah, I went ahead and closed majority of my position. So equity side, we're out of NVIDIA. The roller coaster ride is way too much for my blood pressure. I'm still in the options contracts. We're up about 30-40% on those. If those go to break even, I'm out. I'm too old to be dealing with these emotions, man. We're going to go ahead and take care of business.
Hey, you have a great one, my friend. I'll definitely see you a little bit later. Have fun in All Access, everybody. And hit that like button coming up right now.
All right, it's time for All Access. And you know we love talking to executives from publicly traded companies so that we can get your questions answered. We've got a great one here today, so I'd love for you to participate in the chat. Today, we're going to be talking to Adam Michaels, who is the CEO of Mama Mancini's. Lovely story. I mean, the background, the fact that it's authentic, you know, and the grandma story, which we'll talk about here in a second, is just amazing to hear. Let's get right to it. All Access starts right now. Adam, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
Hope your day's been all right. We appreciate you again for being here with us. There's so much to talk about the story of Mama Mancini's and how it started and everything else. So if you could just kind of explain it to me like I'm 5, what is it that your company does?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So in a nutshell, like you mentioned, authentic heritage, Italian heritage story. There really is a Dan Mancini. I get to hang out with him all the time. Unfortunately, Mama has passed, but we get to keep all those recipes. And what we've done, I've been here about 9 months now. We have evolved, didn't change. We've evolved from this authentic Italian heritage to now this one-stop shop deli solution. So we acquired a couple businesses at the end of last year, or about a year ago. We now have the full suite of offerings for the deli. So if you're thinking deli behind the glass at any store you want, behind the glass, in the hot bar, prepared foods, to create this one-stop shop. So consumers love it, great quality, great service. Retailers love it. It makes it easier for them. And we're seeing the results. It's been 3 quarters now of just some really great results.
Yeah, I mean, you've had great success. And, I was reading a little bit when we were doing research for this interview about how the recipes weren't written down, but it was kind of held to their heart. And obviously it was passed down, and same kind of story there as well. So I love the family history behind Mama Mancini's. Well, you've got like 45,000 placements nationwide, right? In all kinds of stores like Costco to Whole Foods, you name it, you're there. How can you continue to grow from today if you're already so widely expanded? What's the game plan here moving forward for the future?
Yeah, no, so it's wonderful. Great question. So there are a couple things. So the first one is we continue to get more and more items into our existing stores. So we're starting to see, we call it everyone calls it average items carried. That continues to move up. So that's great. And what's special and why those 2 acquisitions that we made are so great, we already have the relationships. So it's already easy to say, yep, the sausage and peppers are doing well, the meatballs are doing well. Hey, do you know we have you have chicken? What, you have salads? You have sandwiches? So we're able to get more of those items in. So that's one piece that has really been a great engine for us. The other thing is that there's still more opportunities. So yes, we are absolutely nationwide. Literally the biggest players in the country, the biggest retailers, Walmart, Target, Banner, Kroger, we're actually not in. So while we are national, absolutely, BJ's all over the country, great rotations at Costco, national at Sam's, all these great retailers. There's still a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors that we're not into. And then the third and the last, I'll tell you that I'm very excited about. Hopefully you saw in the press release, we just brought a new chief marketing officer, actually our first ever chief marketing officer. And Lauren's going to do an amazing job. So that third piece around driving velocities, turning the items that were already in those 45,000 placements you mentioned, that's where I think you're going to see a big bump as well. So we are literally just getting started.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Lauren because I believe she was an executive at Mondelez, which I believe you have some history there as well. Yeah, so we do our research here. What is she bringing to the table?
No, it's incredible. So yes, I've had the great fortune to work with Lauren for many years now. I think what's really special and what you're seeing in all the people that we're bringing in capabilities. Capabilities is key for this company. Is that mix of big and small. So yes, Lauren worked on the billion-dollar brands like Ritz crackers, but she also worked on the $80 million Tate's brand before she got started. Now it's double that. So I think it's that mix, the ability to know the big stuff, but have the agility. Every day we are making quick decisions. It's one of the things that I'm most excited about with this company, the reason why I'm having so much fun. We get to make decisions immediately. We have a small leadership team. We get together, we talk through it, and before we leave the meeting, the decision's already made versus, the big companies, let's write 47 presentations, let's speak to 87 people. And sometime in 2027, we'll take the answer, even though we know what the answer is already.
Yeah. So you're saying you don't hop on 10 Zoom calls to make a decision. Got it. Understood.
It is awesome.
And noted.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly, approximately 47% of the company is owned by the management team. If that is accurate, plus or minus 5%, right? For error.
Yeah, 44%.
What message? 44. See, look at that. Right within the margin of error. What does that send? What message do you think that sends to investors with that type of hold?
Yeah, no, I think it's hopefully it's super clear, which is we're in it right with you. So yes, absolutely, insiders hold a big piece of it. Pretty much all of my comp, I took a pay cut to come here. All of my comp is actually all stock driven. So we're all in it together. We're all investors together. and we want to grow the business together. So yeah, it's a great thing that I appreciate you bringing up.
Absolutely. And so much of the conversation is around recession, right? It's like, hey, are we in a recession? Depends on the definition. Are we coming? Is it gone? What's happening? How are you prepared to, if we do go to a recession and you do see the consumer behaviors change, are you, one, worried about it? Two, how are you set up to make sure you can kind of go through those dark times?
Yeah, and so let me start with, I hope it's not happening. It doesn't happen, but
course.
let's be reality. I think all of us are feeling it. So I think there's actually, and again, I don't want it to happen, but it actually will, I believe it will accelerate our business. So for three things. So the first one is, the first thing that happens, and again, in a past life, I used to lead all of our consumer insights and analytics in North America. So literally during COVID, this was literally my job. So the first thing is, people stop eating out. So the first step in a recession is people stop eating out. That means less restaurants, more eating at home. That helps us. And I don't care, people have even more expensive than money is actually time. So people do not have 6 hours to braise their own meatballs. So they're getting more prepared foods from the grocery store. That helps us. That's number one.
Yeah.
The second thing that helps us is that there's the second mix is from branded items to private label. The great news is, in our legacy Mama's business, literally we're 50-50 between branded and private label.
Yeah.
So that actually helps us. And then the third is, we are incredibly reasonably priced. Actually, I would argue we're better than reasonably priced. See, Dan would yell at me. Grandma quality at a cheaper price than going to a restaurant. So we're very competitive. So for those three reasons, the restaurant moves to home, the branded to private label, and the fact that we're properly priced. Again, I don't want the recession to happen, but if it does, we are prepared for it.
Yeah. Well, Dan, look, he caught himself. I know I think your 1-year anniversary of the announcements coming up with you being the CEO. I believe you started taking charge and had those decision-making in September. I think the announcement came in June, and September is when you took over.
Yep.
What are you kind of hoping to see as the new leadership of you? Now you've got Lauren. Give me like a 3 to 5 year horizon. I'd love if you could drop a nugget about international expansion, as we had a question from the chat about that.
Yeah, so I think that, so first of all, I'm just so fortunate, so lucky. So I'm so lucky to be here. The second thing is that I'm probably ahead of where we had spoken as a team. I think the business you see, I might not be sexy, but very margin oriented. And you see, I think the quarter before I got here, we were at about 12% gross margin, 26, 28. We just hit about 28 again for the third quarter. Net income, I think we were negative before I got here, to about 4.7%, net income 4.2, 5.7, and then now just 6.1. So I feel great that we now have this firm foundation, because now that we have the margin, now we can reinvest in the business. So I think for us, I truly believe we could be $1 billion company. This is a $40 billion category. This is one of the largest categories we've been in. $40 billion, no market leader. There's no market leader in this space, massively fragmented. I believe, and our board and our leadership team believes, we have this differentiated strategy to be this one-stop shop deli creation. Consumers want it, customers want it, the retailers. So I feel great where we can go. You've spoken already about what we can be doing about it. Creating this Mama's Creations. So we just launched and actually just said that we're going to actually change the name of our company to Mama's Creations. We got a pretty cool ticker with Mama. We got registered with NASDAQ. I'm very excited about that. That will happen at the end of the summer after our annual meeting. That opens the aperture to this international cuisine. So yes, we do make amazing meatballs. Yes, we do make amazing chicken, but we also now have the ability, and we just had a big food conference last week it's called IDDBA. We were tasting General Tso's chicken, chana masala, right? Nashville hot paninis. I mean, we're not even in the first inning of what the opportunities can be for this business, and I'm super excited about it.
I mean, look, you brought up the term sexy, and look, chana masala definitely speaks to me. And, when you took over, the stock was around $1. Now it's trading at about $2.50. So definitely great things happening in your company. Speaking of which, you had released your Q1 numbers recently. Give me a couple of highlights before we move on.
I think that 3 things I talk about. So continuing to grow the business, that's wonderful. Second thing is we continue to expand our margins, gross margin improvement, net income improvement. So we're hitting that. And then the third thing is you see from a strategy standpoint, building capabilities, bringing in Lauren as Chief Marketing Officer. We actually announced, we just hired a new head of West Coast sales. We just put in place a new spiral oven. That's pretty much the workhorse of our business, 40% efficiency in our product. So now we have even expanded capacity. One thing that's important for investors to recognize, we actually own all of our own manufacturing. So we have 2 manufacturing plants, one right behind me right here. That means that if I want to change what we're producing, I could change it right this very second. I don't have to worry about a co-packer. I hope I could get some extra line time. We have 100% control of our operations. Those 3 things I think are make it feel really good. We're seeing the fruits of our labor, and you see that in the earnings.
And, you know, sometimes you have companies that need to kind of change with the times. And the way I'm leaning towards this final question before I turn it over to you is plant-based meat options, lab-grown meats in the future. What's y'all stance on that? Are there products out there? Is there more coming in the pipeline? What's the game plan here for the future?
Yeah, so I think there's 2 elements to it. So I think the first one is, actually, I'll say 3 elements. The first one is we have plant-based offerings. So we actually have plant-based meatballs, veggie-driven. So I will tell you, and I might not work well for me here, but I am not a believer in more the lab meats.
Sure.
I do believe consumers want to eat more vegetables, and these plant-based offerings are great. Chana masala, everyone hopefully knows, is a chickpea-based product. Yeah. We make amazing grilled vegetables. All of our grain salads are Mediterranean farro, Israeli couscous. Anthony Morello, our CEO in Farmingdale, is just putting together amazing items. So I absolutely agree consumers want veggies. I absolutely agree, and you see it expanding in the product offerings we have and what we're selling to delis. So I feel great about it. It's the power of the and. I want my vegetables, and I want my chicken, and I want my sausage and peppers, and I want my meatballs. I'm just getting hungry just thinking about it.
I mean, you both. Matter of fact, for this interview, I'd actually Instacarted some of the products, including the chana masala. Unfortunately, Dave is lost and he hasn't gotten here on time, but that's okay. We'll forgive Dave. Final question is kind of to you. The floor is yours. We've had such great conversations about the past, the present, the future. Anything else that you believe our viewers should know about? Anything else you want to discuss before we hop off?
You know, I think for me, what I'm really, first of all, it's all about the team. I am so proud of what this team is doing, what the team is doing in East Rutherford and Farmingdale, the power of our operations. I just couldn't be more excited and appreciative of both the folks that we had here and the new folks that are coming in. I think the other thing is I hope everyone's understanding better the strategy, this one-stop strategy that we're laying out. And then the third and the last one is it's becoming a reality. We spoke on our earnings call about a major club customer. We had 1 product when we started. We now have 10 products. It's actually a reality. Cilantro, lime shrimp, Mexican street tacos, Japanese teriyaki chicken wraps. We're doing it all. It's working, and you're seeing it in the results. Our profits have never been better. So yeah, thank you.
Well, you've got a lot of folks that are saying, hey, come to Publix. Someone said, hey, they saw your products at Publix.
We're huge in Publix.
Go back. And so they're just sold out. That's what it is. They're just
That's what it is. I got to get more. I got to make a phone call.
I love it. Well, Adam, thank you so much. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. Adam Michaels, CEO of Mama Mancini's. Ticker at the moment, MMMB. But in the future, look out for the announcement of the ticker MAMA, if I got that correct. Adam, thank you so much, man. Look forward to the next conversation.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Congrats well in advance of your 1-year anniversary of CEO in September, pal.
Thank you, my man. Cheers.
Absolutely. Take care. All right. That was fun. I mean, who does? I really wish Dave didn't get lost so my Mama Mancini's could be here for this, but that's okay. I'm excited to try it out when it does get here for lunch. And as always, we appreciate you for being active in the chat. It is so crucial to get your questions answered directly from the executives. There's not a lot of places where you get to do that, but here at Benzinga, and we appreciate you for tuning in to All Access.